What is up, sexy beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're gonna be doing the top 5 wonder weapons that require perks or just like 10 times better with perks. So let's go ahead and get this shit started. So taking number 5 spot is going to be the Thundergun and Speed Cola. Now the reason I'm saying the Thundergun needs Speed Cola is because you can't reload the Thundergun when you want to reload it. You have to wait until it's empty in its magazine or whatever else the Thundergun has. I'm not sure what you would call that on the Thundergun. It's cylindrical vortex of ammo carrying capacity. I don't know, I just want to sound smart. But you can't reload it when you want to reload it. You have to wait until you're completely empty. And it's really not that safe to be running around with just one shot in your Thundergun, because what if you don't kill all the zombies with that one shot? You're definitely going to need Speed Cola to reload quick so that we can get another shot off, or you better just pray that the regular Thundergun's reloading speed is quick enough to actually get you more ammo. So that's why I like having Speed Cola with the Thundergun. You can't choose when you get to reload it, so you might as well make your reloading speed as fast as possible, so that way you're not going to get fucked over if you only have like one shot left and you're about to be backed into a corner. It's just always better to have Speed Cola in general for that very reason. So taking number 4 spot is going to be the Blundergat. The Blundergat goes very, very well with Speed Cola and Electric Cherry, and I really wouldn't even recommend using this weapon without those two perks. The reason for that is because the Blundergat only has 2 shots before you actually have to reload. And you're going to be reloading a lot with this weapon, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. I think I would drive myself insane if I didn't have Speed Cola on this weapon, because you're reloading constantly, and that would just get on my nerves having to wait for that weapon to be finished reloading, because I'm an impatient fuck. So Speed Cola is definitely necessary since you're reloading constantly, and since you're going to be reloading constantly, you might as well have Electric Cherry, which basically activates when you reload. So you're basically always electrocuting the zombies, because how Electric Cherry works is whenever you reload, a little electric blast is going to go out and stun all the zombies, and it's more effective the less ammo you actually have in your magazine. And since the sweeper only carries 2 shots in it, you're always going to be using Electric Cherry to its fullest effect almost every single time you reload, so you might as well have it. So Electric Cherry and Speed Cola are definitely a really good combination with the sweeper, or the Vitriolic Withering, whichever one you happen to have. Those 2 perks definitely make these weapons just like 10 times better. So taking number 3 spot is going to be the Paralyzer, and I'm pretty sure you guys all know which perk goes really well with the Paralyzer, because you can just sit in the corner for years. The Paralyzer and Voltrade make for a very, very OP combination, and I would never use the Paralyzer without Voltrade. You can, but it's definitely not going to be as effective. Just sit in a corner, use the Paralyzer, kill a bunch of zombies, and then when it needs to recharge, just go sit in that green gas until it's done recharging, and you're good. That is an incredible combination. A lot of other wonder weapons you can kind of just sit in a corner and camp with, but if you have to reload, or you have to wait for a cooldown, or anything else like that, you're basically screwed. Both the Paralyzer and Voltrade, you're not screwed. Just go sit in the gas and wait it out until it's done recharging or whatever, and you're going to be set. And you can do this for a very, very long time until the Paralyzer actually stops working. So with the Paralyzer and Voltrade, definitely one of the most OP. Now, the reason it's not number 1 is because you don't necessarily need Voltrade with the Paralyzer. It's not required. You can still go to pretty far rounds without Voltrade with the Paralyzer. You're just going to have to take different methods to get to high rounds. You're not really going to be able to sit in a corner with no way out. Like, you're not going to be able to sit in the jug hallway for a long time. You might have to rely on buildables and other things a little bit more, but you definitely can use the Paralyzer without Voltrade. It's just like a million times better and easier with Voltrade, so I would always recommend getting it if you're a lazy piece of shit like me, who doesn't really want to do anything but sit in a corner, because that is just so much fun. So taking number 2 spot is going to be the Ray Gun. So the Ray Gun, I'm pretty sure you guys all know which perk I'm going to be talking about, needs PhD Flopper. And the reason I'm saying this is because as we transitioned through zombies back in World at War, the Ray Gun was the shit because we really didn't get to that high of rounds, and we all thought the Ray Gun was absolutely amazing. Then comes Black Ops 1. With Ascension, we got introduced to Flopper. The Ray Gun became even more popular. Everyone started using the Ray Gun and Flopper just because you could shoot at your feet and you're going to be good. No splash damage, you're going to be safe, and people started to go to higher and higher rounds. And then with Black Ops 2, that's kind of when the fall of the Ray Gun began. It either began because we didn't have PhD Flopper, or people just realized that the Ray Gun was shit on high rounds. And I honestly think it was just because we didn't have PhD Flopper, because even on early rounds, the Ray Gun kicks ass, but without Flopper, it's just really, really dangerous, and in my opinion, it's not even worth it. In Black Ops 2 and 3, I rarely ever get the Ray Gun just because I don't feel like dealing with it, because what if I get cornered and my Black Ops 1 memory just triggers in, and I'm like, oh, shoot at the ground, you'll be safe. And then I shoot at the ground and I die because I don't have Flopper. So I definitely do think that the Ray Gun needs PhD Flopper. You can kind of just tell throughout the history of zombies that the Ray Gun is most effective and requires PhD Flopper if you really kind of want to use it at all. I would never use it without Flopper. I mean, when I was playing Origins, if I really couldn't get the Ray Gun Mark II and I could just get the Ray Gun Mark I, I would always be like, alright, fuck it, I'll go get Flopper and I'll use this for a little bit. So I hope in the future that they also bring back the Ray Gun for the next zombie game, which I'm pretty sure they're going to. And I also hope that they bring back some sort of PhD Flopper perk or something very similar to that, so that way we can start having fun with the Ray Gun again. So taking number 1 spot is going to be the Scavenger with PhD Flopper. Man, PhD Flopper was just such a helpful perk. Unfortunately, no wonder weapons that do explosive damage did an infinite amount of damage, so eventually PhD Flopper is just really not even worth it. But with the Scavenger and like the ray gun and other stuff like that, it is very, very good, and you definitely need it if you want to use those weapons at all, and especially for the Scavenger. The Scavenger does do explosive damage, but unlike the ray gun you just shoot at your feet and you're like, oh, a little red bar, scuff. But with the Scavenger, if you were even remotely close to that explosion, you're going to get fucked up, and then the zombies will just do the rest and fuck you over. So if you're going to use a Scavenger at all, you need PhD Flopper, because this thing might kill you before the zombies can even get to you, especially if you're trying to take out George or something like that. Like, I just can't see a scenario in which you would want to have the Scavenger without PhD Flopper. It's just too dangerous. I mean, if you got some big hairy balls and you just really want to say fuck it 420 YOLO, go right ahead. I'm going to play it safe, and I'm always going to grab me some PhD Flopper because I like doing 420 trick shots off the top of that lighthouse with the Scavenger, because you guys obviously know I'm optic phase. But I definitely do think the PhD and Scavenger combination is the most required one in all of zombies. I can't think of a better duo, and I'm very curious to know. What do you guys think of this list? Let me know in the comments, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace.